When we take a look at the backswing, transformational zone in golf, we know the importance of rotation, or what we call transverse plane motion. What we want to do is create an exercise where we get the transverse plane motion where we need it. Because we can get our body to rotate, but if the whole body's just rotating, we're not getting good rotation at the power source of the hip, we're going to feel confused because we're going to say, I know I'm getting this back, but what you're seeing is the whole body rotate out and you're not getting the good rotation at the hip. In order to guarantee that we get that good rotation at the hip, we do a thing at Gray Institute that we call a tweak. So all we simply do is understand that if I take my club back into that transformational zone, I can facilitate more internal rotation just by doing a left foot right rotational lunge. In other words, I'm going to lunge to the back side of my body. This is my backside hip of a right hip, obviously in a golfer. In order to enhance that with a tweak, we're going to simply say, hey, just lunge to a box. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my foot and lay it right on top of this box. Now immediately, if you take a look at that right hip, immediately this creates the rotation that I want. I get, okay, I can't really get rotation anywhere else because this leg goes up and moves this pelvis and said this is what we're after. Then if I add to that, taking my club back, I immediately go, whoa, that feels great. I'm getting deep into that hip, that rotation. I'm thinking, boy, I don't think I normally get that. And I feel if I had that, I'm going to load more and I'm going to explode more. You're exactly right. If you have that mobility and that stability in the transverse plane of the hip, you'll instantaneously see more power kind of thrown right into your club head. And so all we do is simply this. We say, okay, I'm going to do my rotational lunge, my left foot right rotational lunge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate to an elevated surface. So I'm going to lunge to an elevated surface. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my club back in that transformational zone. And now I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go in the sagittal plane. I'm going to go in the frontal plane. And I'm going to go in the transverse plane. And immediately just that movement of the pelvis creates strengthening of the hip as well. In other words, it creates mobility. You can actually see and feel more internal rotation as you do that. But also you'll say, wow, that's kind of neat because I'm creating this intrinsic strength at the same time, and you really are. So you're creating this mobility and stability all at the same time by using this tweak. Go sagittal plane, frontal plane, transverse plane. Now, most of the exercises we do instantaneously, you can feel a big difference. It feels great because you go, oh man, I love that one. One of the I think struggles is we're going to show you so many powerful exercises that really make you feel better. You have to start prioritizing them and starting them and finding out what else you need. But this is one, it's a go-to for all of us, where all of a sudden after we do that exercise, we go, wow, that just feels like I have not only the freedom, but the power. You just feel the path has been open, but the path has been strengthened in order for me to explode into my downswing and into my impact zone. In order to facilitate that, it's really easy. We just go to work, translate sagittal, frontal, and transverse plane while that foot's elevated, and we got ourselves a real powerful exercise. On behalf of SwingU and Gray Institute, I want to thank you again for the opportunity and privilege to empower your body in order to enhance your swing.